Well, I'm excited to be able to do a video about this. I've been working on this for quite a while. I've seen too many people on the internet, my friends and other people I kind of acquaintance with, or at least know of, that have lost all their animals due to a heater malfunctioning or an air conditioning malfunctioning. It kind of sucks to come home off a weekend and walk in and find out that your animals are all dead because you had a heater or an air conditioner that failed. Well, with this system that I've set up and I've done a lot of work on, it measures temperatures and humidities, basically wherever you want to put it, as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection to the unit, and it will tell you what's going on, and it's capable of giving you alerts. The alerts it can give you, it'll send out an email, and the way I have it set up, it sends out an email, but the email goes to a phone number, which is my cell phone number, so it comes through as a text. So I get a text message telling me that either temperatures are either too high, too low, or humidities are too high, too low. And whatever unit I have set up, that's very useful to get that notification. Another notification you get is a tweet. It'll actually send out a tweet to my Twitter account, and it'll say whatever I've pre-programmed. And in my case, if it gets too hot, it'll say Sherman's tank got too hot. And what Sherman is a cicada tortoise in my backyard in a insulated, heated box that has a space heater in it that should come on and off and regulate his temperature. Well, it's a unit that could fail. So if it failed, I would probably end up losing him in the middle of the winter. I don't want to do that. So that is why I use this unit. And also it has a buzzer. You can see the light is on and off. This will actually turn an audible buzzer inside the house on or off. So right now it's on. So any of these sliders, you can see have a high temperature set at 93. So if the temperature in his tank gets above 93 degrees or a low temperature of 64, humidity is not too worried about, so I have those set extreme, so they shouldn't go off. If it goes above at 93 degrees, I will get an audible tone in the house. So in the middle of the night, it goes off at 2 a.m., I get a message saying, hey, it's an audible alarm. In fact, I will demonstrate that. It's on right now. I'll just play with the humidity. So the humidity right now is pretty low in his tank. It's only 32 degrees, but at 32%. So what happens if I set the humidity down below 32% for the high side? I should get an alarm. Let's see what happens. I'll set it to 8. Give it a second. Boom, I get an alarm. Now, you don't want that alarm going off constantly like that. Pretty annoying. Oh, there's my text messages telling me that I've got a problem. So check it out. See, a high humidity problem. Pretty cool, huh? So let's go back to my alarm because that's getting annoying, and I simply touch the off button, give it a second, boom, shuts the audible alarm off. I didn't clear the alarm's still in, and the alarm will not reset until the humidity goes either below or above, depending on which one it went off, the high or low, by 2%. So that means the humidity problem probably would have been fixed. It resets everything so you don't get constantly getting an alarm going off. So if I set this back up to 100%, give it a second, and I turn the buzzer back on, no audible buzzer because I'm above 100%. Above 32%, I get this at 110. I think you understand. Also, it'll give me a notification if for some reason his box goes offline. So if my router dies, my internet connection dies, the unit power goes out on it, whatever, it will send me a notification through the app to let me know, hey, it went offline. And I've noticed that my internet connection bounces throughout the day. So on some days it'll go a couple days without losing connection, but usually it just bounces, goes off, and goes right back on. So I can simply check by hitting this button. It'll tell me it's online. And if I really want to check it again, I can do this, and then no errors pop up saying it's offline. It'll pop down here and say, it's offline. And this guy's online right now. So this is pretty cool. And if you wanted to set this up so you be a fail-safe, I would put it on your router and your modem. Put those on a uninterruptible power source, a UPS system. Those aren't that expensive. You can get one for probably $70-80. Be a cheap investment. And then you also need to set this unit up on some type of battery backup system. They do have those little small battery packs. Some of them can be charging and charge your unit at the same time. Those are really nice. Not all of them do that. So you need to check carefully to make sure you find one that does that. Most of them either charge the battery pack, or the battery pack can be supplying power to a device, charging a battery on a phone or something like that. So what you do is you have that hooked up, and if power goes out, those automatically switch over, and you get you keep power to the unit. And these little units run, man, I can run like a day and a half on something like this. It's only 2,000 milliamps of power. Yeah, 2,000 milliamps. I think I did a day and a half, just that little battery. It's like, that's about equivalent to a AA battery. There's not a lot of power in that, but it'll definitely run. So they don't take too much power. The unit, it looks like this. This is the temperature probe. And the temperature probe that I'm using on the Sherman's tank is about 30 feet or so from his tank inside. So that's all it is, right there. It plugs in. That's the hole for the buzzer. It's a power light, lets you know power's on, and you simply just plug this into here, and there's your probe. And you put your probe anywhere you want to put it, except for direct water. I would not get directly spray. I have a mister system that's spraying directly on it. Would probably kill it. Since it's powered through USB, all I have to do is get a Wi-Fi connection and a USB power. Micro USB cords are everywhere, and those little plug-in wall warts. So if you got an old one that only gives out like a half amp, you really can't charge your phone with it anymore, that would be a really good one to use for this system, because it doesn't take much power. That half amp will run this thing with no problems at all. So if you have an old phone, like I have an old phone laying around, I went with the Freedom Pop and got a little SIM card. And with some finagling, and you have to follow their rules, but you can end up getting it 200 megabytes of data for free every month. This thing doesn't pull much data at all. I've been playing around with it, and it's super low data rate. So as long as you're careful, you can easily go with under that 200 megabytes a month. So check this out. So right now, out in my car, I've got the old phone out there, so I get the Wi-Fi connection from my unit to the phone. The phone is actually on a cell tower. So if somebody took my car right now and driving around, I would know what temperature is in my car. It doesn't matter as long as it's got a connection to the Wi-Fi, the cell towers, which are AT&T towers, got good coverage. I'm no problem. So if you went on a long road trip and you had some reptiles in the back and a cooler and you want to make sure they stay cool, you could do that with this system without any problems. So you go in, stop at a restaurant, go in, have a good time with your friends for a couple hours, and you would be able to get notifications if something went wrong, got too hot, too cold, and you'd be able to look at any moment and tell you exactly what temperatures and humidities are in wherever that sensor would be at, inside of a cooler, maybe in the car itself, whatever you wanted. So I think this is a really cool device, and very handy too. I will shoot another video and show you how to set all this up.